creative designers, welcome again to another interesting video tutorial. In case you are new here, my name is Gift, and if you're an old subscriber, thank you so much for tuning in. Today's video is a continuation of the previous video we have on the channel, where I'm going to be showing you how to neatly hand tack your ready draped lace fabric to your dress. And in case you've not seen the previous video, I'm going to be leaving the link to that video in the description box so you can check that video out before you jump into this particular video. And for those who have seen that video, then I need you to sit back as I show you step by step on how to neatly hand tack your lace fabric. Without further ado, let's jump into today's video. Okay, welcome back, creative designers. Okay, so after draping, this is exactly what you should have. It must be this flawless and beautiful. So I'm just going to turn my dress form to the back so you can see what the back side looks like. So to start hand tacking, you're going to need a matching thread. Make sure the thread you're working with is a matching thread. The color must be the same with the color of the fabric. You want this to look as seamless as possible. Also, make sure that the designs you have are symmetrical. As you can see, the back side looks very symmetrical. The designs are matching up. I'm just trying to adjust what I have here before we move straight into the hand tacking video. Make sure you also pin down. Like I said, you'll be needing a lot of pins. And as you can see, these designs are matching up. The motifs are matching up. The design we have underneath or around the waistline is also matching up. Good. Now you'll be needing a matching thread. The first thing you want to do is to create a secured knot. You want to create a knot as a starting point. And to do that, you're going to insert your pin just like I'm doing into the lace fabric. You can choose to start with the main fabric, but I choose to start with the lace fabric. So you're going to insert your needle rather into your lace fabric. However, I forgot to tell us that you need to have a knot, because if you don't have a knot, you just notice that your thread will keep coming off. So you want to secure your thread by tying a knot this way. Make a knot this way. Do it twice so that it's highly secured. Now we can continue. Cut out the excess. So this is what a knot looks like. So you're going to cut out the excess you have there, and then we'll proceed with securing our starting point, or the first stitch, the starting point. So like I said, you want to insert your needle into the lace fabric. I choose to start from the back. You can choose to start from the front if that is what you want. It's totally fine. So the next thing I'm going to do after that is just to I decided to zoom in so you can see what I'm doing. So after securing the knot on the lace fabric, I'm just going to insert my needle to about 0.25 of an inch, just a tiny a tiny mark in there. So I will insert my needle. However, I forgot to tell us, please make use of a smaller needle when you are working. Please, it is more important, it is very important to use a smaller needle. This was what I had, and I had to make use of it. So after inserting the needle into about 0.25, run it back into the lace fabric. What you are doing here is just to secure your first stitch. Okay, it's just to secure your first stitch. You can do this as many times as possible, and the reason why you are doing this is so that it doesn't come running off, or you don't end up working with a loosely stitched lace fabric. Okay, so now when you are done securing your stitch, the next thing you want to do is to go ahead and start hand tacking. And yes, we have started already. So I'll just do this a couple of times more so you can see, and then we can continue. Good. So now we have secured our stitch. The next thing I'm going to do now is to put the needle, or insert the needle back again into my lace fabric. But this time around, I'm making sure that it catches my main fabric but not my lining fabric. So let me zoom in so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. It's going to catch my main fabric, but this time it must not touch your lining fabric. Make sure whatever you are doing does not touch your lining fabric. So from that point, I'm going to insert my needle now on my main fabric into my main fabric again. I don't know the best English to use, but if you watch what I'm doing, you're going to understand. Next, I'm going to insert that into my lace fabric just like so. I don't know if I'm supposed to be talking in this video, but from what I'm doing, you should be able to grasp what I'm trying to say. So after inserting that, the next thing will be to insert that again into your main fabric. Okay, so there are 3 steps to this, but I'm going to be showing us the 3 steps as we continue. You just want to keep inserting your needle from the main fabric to the net fabric just like so. So the first thing I'm doing is to insert it into my main fabric, then back into my lace fabric. Okay, first into my main fabric, then into my lace fabric. First into my main fabric, then into my lace fabric. So I'll just keep tacking that, and then I will show you the 3 steps as we proceed. Now, another thing I need you to understand is that when you are hand tacking, make sure you're not working with a very, very long thread. If you do that, the thread may tangle and you will not be able to unravel it. Okay, so the first thing you do is to insert your needle into your main fabric. Can you see? Then into your lace fabric. Can you see? And then you bring it out. Okay, can you see? And after bringing it out, you drag it towards the zipper line. Towards the zipper line. It has to stop very close to the zipper line, but not on the zipper teeth. You insert the needle back into where your thread came out from. Make sure it catches your main fabric but not the lining. Come out to about half of an inch. Take it back into your lace fabric. Can you see? And then bring it out. When you bring it out, drag it towards your zipper line. Make sure it is as close as possible to the zipper line, but not on the zipper teeth. Okay. You do the same thing. Insert your needle into where you brought out your thread from. Take it into your main fabric. Come out by about half of an inch. Take it back into your lace fabric. Bring it out and drag it towards your zipper line. So now I'm going to leave you so you can watch exactly what I'm doing. So like I said, there are 3 steps. Insert your needle into the last point your thread came out from. Take it into your main fabric, but not the lining fabric. The insertion space should be about 0.5 inch. Bring it out and reinsert into the lace fabric. Okay, bring the thread out, everything out, and drag towards your zipper line. You need to drag it towards your zipper line, and then you keep repeating the same process. So like I said, make sure your thread is not too long. If it is too long, you're gonna find this very difficult. Always drag towards the edge of the zipper line so that it looks as seamless as possible. Okay, so now I will just continue all of this till I get to the end of the zipper line. I'm going to do it for the both sides, the left and the right hand side of the back. So when I get to the top, then I will show you what to do next. So, creative designers, I really took my time creating this video. In fact, I tried as much as possible not to edit the most important parts. You can see it's more like an unscripted or an unedited video because I needed you to understand. I need you to understand and see the exact same way I did this so you can replicate. Okay, so make sure you follow all the steps. So I'll just continue all of these till I get to the end of the zipper line. So at this point, I was done I was done stitching down all of the zipper lines. So I'll take it all the way up. So at this point, I was done, and this is what we have. You can see this looks so seamless. It looks so seamless. Make sure you always drag your thread towards the zipper line. That way it will look very seamless. Now let's work on the upper part of the back. Okay, so here is what the upper part looks like. You just want to continue what you did before, but this time around, remember we are working on the upper part, the neckline area, or should I call it the across back? Yes. So you want to insert your needle into where the thread came out from. Remember, it's the same process but different technique. So now, before we continue, let me show you something because I noticed we didn't see that when we were draping. So you're going to leave about half of an inch. By the time you finish draping, remember I said you're going to leave about half of an inch at the top. So let's measure what we have there. Like I said, is about half of an inch. Okay, so make sure it's up to half of an inch. It is that half of an inch you left as excess that you're going to tuck in this way. So you can see you tuck it in and then you pin down. That's the only way this can look seamless. Okay, you pin it down. So I did the same thing for the other part. I did it for my front part, the front neckline. That was how I did it because I noticed most of us didn't see that. So that's exactly what you're going to do all through. You leave about half of an inch and then you tuck it in. So now you're going to insert your needle into where your thread is coming out from. Take it to about half of an inch into the main fabric, not the lining fabric. As you can see, my needle is not catching my lining fabric. Please make sure it doesn't. Okay, so into the main fabric, bring it out by about half of an inch. Bring everything out this way. Make sure it catches your lace fabric as you're doing it. Like I said, make sure your thread is not too long. Okay, you insert it again into where the thread came out from. Take it into your main fabric, catch the lace fabric as well, and bring everything out. So I'll just continue all of that till I get to the armhole area. I will also repeat the same thing for the armhole area. So just keep doing that. Insert your needle in. I keep saying pin. Insert your needle into where the thread came out from, and then you just continue the stitch. And at this point, if you've gotten to this point and please you've not subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button, please. It's very important. Like and also turn on your notification bell. So let's work on the bodies now. On the bodies of this dress, you just want to make random stitches. Remember, you've secured the zipper line, you've secured the across back, so you just want to make random stitches. Okay, now you can see this is looking so seamless. You can't see any of the thread. All those parts have already been stitched down and tacked. So what you want to do is to insert your needle again into where your thread is coming out from. I mean, that's actually the technique. Insert your needle into where the previous thread came out from. Take it into the main fabric, not the lining fabric. Come out by about half of an inch, making sure it also catches your lace fabric. So I will do that till I get to my waistline. I also forgot to tell us, as you're hand tacking, make sure you still have your pins in place. Remember, you pin them down. Don't remove your pins until you are done with your project. Make sure you remove your pins only when you are done with your project. So now it's time for us to hand tack the waistline. Like I said, we are working on the waistline. Now look at my hand. I'm inserting my needle into where the previous thread came out from. I will take it into my main fabric, bring it out by about half of an inch, making sure it catches my lace fabric, okay? So I'll just continue that. Then I noticed some part was bulging, so I will just divert, okay, just to stitch that part down. I noticed that part was bulging, so I'm going to hand tag that part down before we continue with the the waistline. Now, like I said, for the bodies, you just want to do random tackings, okay? Remember, you've already hand tacked the zipper line, so everything is secured now. So I'll just do random hand tacking around the bodies, and then we'll proceed with the waistline. So I was done with the waistline. I'm done with the waistline. We are moving to the hemline. Now look at what I'm doing on the hemline. It's still the same technique. However, for the hemline, make sure you stretch out. Can you see what I did there? You need to stretch out. If not, you just realize that your fabric will not it won't relax at that point. So make sure you stretch out. When you are done tacking a particular area, stretch it out, okay? Stretch it out. You see what I'm doing? Stretch it out so that it doesn't look rumpled. Okay, so make sure you stretch out, follow the same technique, insert your needle into where your thread came out from, take it into your main fabric but not your lining fabric, stretch out and pin down. Okay, make sure it catches your lace fabric and just continue. That's just how to go about it. Okay. So you can see what I'm doing on the waistline. Please ensure you do same for yours. Make sure you do same for yours, and make sure your stitches or your tags are seamless as possible. Stretch out, stretch out, stretch out. I'm doing this so that I don't catch my lining fabric. Please make sure you don't catch your lining fabric. It's not going to look good at all. This is a seamless finishing, okay? So make sure you are only catching your main fabric. Remember there is a lining fabric inside, so you don't want to catch that. So creative designers, at this point, please make sure you've already subscribed to the channel in case you've not done that. Turn on your notification bell, please, and please share this video as well. I love you and I know you love me too. Okay, this is the only way to encourage me so that I can create more beautiful tutorials like this for you. So now you can see on this part, please make sure you stretch out. Can you see? Make sure you stretch out on your front waistline. Make sure you stretch out. Make sure you also pin down. It is very, very important to pin down. Don't remove your pins, please, until you are done with your project. Please do not remove the pins. So I'll just continue hand tacking the hemline, and then I'll show you what the end result looks like. This is also what you're going to do for the armhole area. I don't want this video to be too long, but this is just the same technique, the same method, the same way you're going to go about it. So you continue all of these, the armhole area, the back side, everything. Do random stitches around the waistline for the front and for the back. Just continue on that straight line that you have on your waistline. So you can see this is looking beautiful and I love it. So you can see my dress form is actually pregnant. But then this is what it looks like. So you just hand tag the bodies, make sure you do random stitches, to keep the lace fabric in place. And guys, when I was done, this is what the front looks like I said, this is the same technique you're going to use for the front neckline. It's just the same technique. This is what it looks like. Can you see? I'm so excited because wow, this looks so beautiful. And this is what the back side looks like. You can see how seamless. The finishing is so seamless and it's so beautiful. I love this. I really love this. Okay, so let me show you what the inside, yeah, the inside of this dress look like. You can see the hemline is well tacked, is not coming off. Okay, it looks very seamless and very beautiful. So guys, let me show you what the inside looks like I said, make sure it doesn't catch your lining fabric, and please give this video a like, subscribe and turn on your notification bell. If you find this video helpful, thank you so much for joining. Leave your comments in the comment section, and then I will see you in my next video. By the way, this is how my clients look like when she wore this dress. I hope you liked it as much as I do. Thank you so much for tuning in, and then I will see you in my next video. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye.